Welcome students. In this video, we will be discussing about the implementation to check if linked list is sorted. Already the iterative as well as the recursive approach has been discussed. In this video, we will do the implementation for both iterative as well as recursive approach. Okay, so this is the code for iterative as well as recursive thing that we have done already. Okay, so what we will do here is, first of all, we will take, to create a linked list, we will take the function that we have already implemented. We already have this create function, right? So that function we can just take it and we can just use it here, and we can just simply take this r count node function out. Okay, now we also wanted a structure, am I right, to have the struct node. So a structure have to be declared. Struct node, inside the block we will have integer data and we will have a self-referencing pointer, struct node star next, and a semicolon to end the structure definition. And to use malloc statement, we always wanted stdlib.h, inside which we have malloc function. So as include stdlib.h. Okay, now we have a function for creating a linked list which we will create, and this function will create a linked list by taking input from user. Up to a user, if he is entering up to -1, the inputs will keep on be taken. So dynamic input, a dynamic data structure. Now we are going to introduce a new function for checking whether it is sorted or not, the linked list is sorted. So what is the return type that we can take? We will just take integer as a return type, telling whether 0 or 1. 0 not sorted, 1 means sorted. So integer is a return type. Name of the function is sorted, and this is going to accept only one argument called as temp pointer, which will receive the address of first node. So struct node star temp, this will receive the address of the new node. Okay, so inside this, what we need to check is, okay, what we need to do is, we first of all have to take a variable called x, and this x will be having the so far maximum. Okay, it will be having the so far maximum value. By default, this too should be taken as the minimum integer value. To take the minimum integer value, we have a header file called as limits.h. Okay, limits.h, where we are having, like, we are having a function called a variable called as int underscore max, and also we have int underscore min. So int underscore min will be having the minimum integer value, and that minimum integer value we are assigning it to x. Okay, so the minimum integer value we are assigning to x. Now what we need to do, we need to verify whether the present temp of data, the current node data, is it greater than the previous node data. So if it is a first node, we don't have any previous node here there, before this, so we will compare it with actually x. So first of all, what I need to do is, I need to check whether the present temp of data, if it is greater than or equal to the previous data. So the previous data will be available in variable x, initially the minimum integer value. If temp of data is greater than or equal to x, what I need to do, if this is true, let me write, if this is condition is true, if this condition is true, I can move to the next node. And before moving to the next node, x should take the value of the present node. Okay, x should be equal to temp of data, because for the next node, x will have to, the present temp of data should become the previous node data for the next node. For example, I can just tell you here, we have a linked list, right? From 23, if I move to 34, for 34, 23 is the previous node data. So before moving from 23 to 34, take 23, store it in X. So temp of data, store it in X, then you move your temp to next node. Okay, so what we need to do is, we are just storing temp of data in X. Now our temp pointer should be moved to the next node. How it can be done? Temp is equal to temp of next. Yes, but this process should not take place for only one time. Checking temp of data greater than or equal to X. If the condition is true, taking temp of data, assigning to X, and moving the temp pointer to next node. This should not happen for only one time. This should happen until this condition becomes false. So let me change this if into while, because while will act as a loop and it will repeat the process again and again. But one more thing, only this condition only not should be checked. One more condition, because you keep on moving to next node, at some point of node you might end, the linked list might end with the help of null. So two things have to be checked. First of all, temp should not be equal to null, which means you should not reach the end. If your end is reached, you can stop. At the same time, when temp not equal to null, same time you have to check that temp of data also should be greater than equal to X. Okay, so if this condition is true, then these two steps have to be repeatedly, it should be executed again and again. Okay, fine. After coming out of this while, what should happen? I need to now check or validate the temp pointer. If the temp pointer reached null, which means that in every case the current node data was greater than the previous node data. All the cases, for all the nodes. That is true for all the nodes, then it is in sorted order. So if temp reached null, you can say it is sorted. But if temp has not reached null, it means that in between this condition have become false. If this condition becomes false, which means you find a data which is lesser than the previous one. Okay, so when you find a data which is lesser than the previous data, definitely it cannot be sorted. It cannot be sorted. A greater number after lesser number is not ascending order. So with the help of temp, if temp is equal to null, then definitely it is a sorted linked list. So return 1, indicating that the linked list has sorted. Else return 0. Else return 0 to indicate that the linked list is not sorted, because temp is not equal to null. In between somewhere we stopped it. Okay, so fine. So now what we will do is, we will just check after create every function. After create, what we will do is, we will first of all take an integer variable called as flag, equal to, we will call the function eSorted, and for the argument, instead of argument, we will pass the address of the first node. Okay, then now we will check the value of flag. If flag is equal to 1, then what it is? If flag is 1, then it is sorted, because from this function, if 1 is written, then it is sorted. So you can just simply printf, then say that linked list is sorted. Else, suppose if flag is not equal to 1, then I will just write printf linked list is not sorted. It is not sorted. Okay, same. So now we will just execute this and we will just proceed further. Okay, So I just, okay, so gcc -o hello, and the function is actually eSorted.c. Let us check is there any syntax error. No syntax error. Now we will go for execution. Yes, it is waiting for us to enter elements. Okay, so let us enter a sorted element first of all. Sorted linked list: 12, 23, 34, 45, 56, and -1. Is it sorted? Yes, linked list is sorted. But let us try to give an unsorted array. Sorry, unsorted linked list. So it's going to be 12, it's going to be 34, it's going to be 23, then it's 56, and it is 67 and 78. It is not a sorted array. It is not a sorted linked list, because after 34 you find a 23, which is not at all a sorted order. So this linked list is not sorted. Perfect. Okay, fine. So we have done the iterative approach of it. Fine. Now let me introduce you to the recursive approach of the same methodology. Again, return type integer. Instead of eSorted, we will take reSorted. Recursive eSorted. Okay, recursive eSorted. It is going to take a pointer to receive the address of first node temp, and also this will be taking a variable called as x also as an argument. Okay, now inside which what I need to do, this while loop I need to convert into a recursive one. While loop I need to convert it into condition. So what I can do, what I have to do, if this condition is true, then I can make a recursive one. Am I right or wrong? So if temp not equal to null, and at the same time temp of data greater than or equal to x, if this condition is true, what I need to do, I need to change the value of x and I need to change the value of temp. When the arguments of the function is changing, instead of that, you just please call the same function recursively. Instead of passing argument, you pass the value that you wanted to change. Instead of temp, what you need to change? Temp of next. So instead of passing temp, pass temp of next, comma. Instead of x, what you need to give, you need to pass temp of data. So instead of that, you are just passing temp of data. Okay, so this recursive code will automatically perform the same operation of while loop. Then let me come, when the if condition becomes false, this condition, if it is evaluated to false, we will enter into else, where I will be checking, where I will just check whether the temp is null or what. If temp equal to null, it is sorted. So you just simply return 1. Else you return 0. Same process. Only that instead of loop, we are doing a recursive call. Instead of loop, we are doing a recursive call. Now here, instead of calling iterative eSorted, let me call a recursive eSorted function. Only that's a change. And also instead of x, I need to pass int underscore minimum. That is our default value of the variable. It is going to be int underscore minimum. Okay, so now we will just execute and just check it. I will just check it now. Okay, I'll just check it now. A new terminal. I will just close it. Yeah, fine. We'll just go for execution again. So it is GCC. Yes, eSorted file. No error. I will just go for execution. Okay, let me enter a sorted linked list now. 12, 23, 34, 45, 56, 67, and -1. I think it is a sorted linked list. Am I right? Yes, linked list is sorted. Now again, I'll go with the unsorted one. 12, 23, 34, 67, 56, and 78, which is not sorted because after a larger number, a smaller number is coming. Then a -1. Linked list is not sorted. Okay, fine. So both the iterative approach as well as the recursive approach are working fine, right? So thank you, students. This is it for this particular video. I'll again come back with time and space complexity analysis of the same problem.